let's remind the audience to like the videos, share it with their friends, and of course, subscribe because it makes Gary, Dazed, myself, everybody feel so good. Feel
Yeah,
so good. It's
Oh
free to
yeah.
subscribe, costs you nothing.
smash that button like I'd pretty much smash anything in front of me.
Oh
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
Press release, hot off the press releases. We got this a couple of days ago, but the show doesn't come out until Saturday. But this was on the 26th of April. Sega delisting Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, Sonic and Knuckles 3, Sonic CD on May 20th. So you have until May 20th to get these games individually at the current price. So Sega announced that the company will delist the digital versions of the standalone titles that will be featured in the upcoming Sonic Origins on May 20th, 2022. This will include Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles and Sonic CD. There are a couple of exceptions. Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 will remain available via Sega Ages on the Nintendo Switch, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 will still be playable via Sega Genesis on the Nintendo Switch Online Plus.
Did they
Or you can just go
was
buy a Sega Genesis and some cartridges.
so
Yeah,
was there any mention of them taking Sonic 1 and 2 off the 3DS eShop, the 3D versions?
I
Those
would
are
assume.
those are great versions. I'd say if they're thinking about taking those versions off and you're a big handheld guy, if you like your 3DS stuff and you actually play in 3D, those are really worth picking up. Those were great ports put into stereoscopic 3D. So go ahead and check those out.
Um, so here's my take, and this is going to be controversial. Here's my hot take, my controversial hot take. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. I see it almost like when a game is out of print, right? When they're like, hey, we're going to stop making Sonic 1 carts anymore, right? That's it. Like, we're not making any more Battle and Wonder World CDs. We're done. If you can't find it, that's it. I think we're at the same point with, digital games are not going to be available forever. There's an expectation from some people that once it's digital, it should be just available forever. But we never had that expectation when we were buying carts, right? We knew that at some point the game was not going to be available. So if we wanted it, we needed to buy it. With
I mean
that
that
said, I do think, and again, I think that for preservation's sake, that something has to be done where the company should put it somewhere on a floppy or something and say, hey, we got the game saved. You can go to the fucking Sega Museum and play these versions of the game or whatever, right?
and this is a big difference from talking about companies that don't exist anymore, companies that like obviously you're getting it in another form, right? I mean, to me this is different than um like I'll bring up Snatcher again. Like obviously, like nobody really can play Snatcher. It's it's probably $1,000, $500,000 game complete in box. This is a little bit of a different story. I mean, there are so many places to play Sonic 1, 2, and 3. It's insane. Like they're
Yeah.
on compilation discs. The original Sega games aren't that expensive.
No.
If you own a clone system, a Retron, original Sega there are so many ways to play the first three Sonic games, or even even if you add in the Sonic and Knuckles, there's so many ways to play this. It's not that big of an issue. Maybe because I own the first three on Sega, or well, the first four on Sega. I own Sonic CD. I own, like I said, I own the 3DS versions. I own there's another compilation somewhere in my collection that I have these games. It's Sonic, right? It's like Mario stuff. Like if you have it somewhere, I mean, if you're even a casual game player, you probably have this downloaded somewhere, right? It's Sonic,
And you still have time to buy it, right?
right?
They haven't taken
Really,
it down, so if you have to have it, just get it.
I mean, there was at least an announcement. I could understand if people were upset, like, hey, tomorrow
Yeah.
we're doing this. But they gave you a heads up. I mean, this whole like I'm kind of on the side of Tony. I disagree a little bit with his take on the can't getting it. We've discussed that before, but this is not a hard to come by game. It's not a super expensive game. Obviously, they're taking these away so that you can't just be like, oh, I'll just go get the one Sonic and I'll pay $3 for it.
Yeah, that's a business decision.
Right. They're trying to, group this together, give you other things like I'm not exactly sure what they have included in this collection, but I would assume like artwork stuff, maybe some music, arranged stuff. They're trying to make more money. So I totally understand it. I think people are overblowing it a little bit. I don't think it's that big of an issue. Sonic's just not going to vanish off the face of the earth.
Yeah. I might be like an old crank, but I don't have any sympathy for anything like that with that digital stuff when it's like, just go buy the fucking cartridge and play it. Like, you've got the physical media. That's why physical media is so important, because they can't take that shit away from you. They can't take it away from you. That's why I don't
Sonic
buy
sold well.
hardly any
That's what
digital
you think,
games.
Dave. I'm gonna go to your house. I'm gonna take all that shit away from you.
You don't know where I live, so.
Real quick, I noticed that they didn't mention the Sega Genesis Classics collection that has Sonic 1 and 2 that you could buy individually. That wasn't mentioned, whether they're taking those versions down. So that'd be interesting to know if those are still going to be available. Because I have them on Steam. One of the few Steam games I have the whole Sega Genesis. It was like classic collections, like 50 games. And then I have them on the PlayStation 4. So.
Nice.
It'd be weird if they took those two down and left all the other ones up so that there's like two big holes in the fucking virtual collection you got there. Because I don't know if you ever played it, but it has like a little virtual shelf with the games.
Where is this?
The Sega Genesis collection.
Oh.
It's on PlayStation, Switch, Xbox.
That's kind of neat. That's a neat touch for them to do that.
Well, it's like a room, right? It's set up like a room.
Yeah, I like when games do stuff like that.
So if you want to change the audio, it goes over to like the radio. If you want to pick a game, it has a little shelf, and you got to go through the.
That's the thing too. Like, if the original game is expensive, like you were saying, you can find these games on like collections that are like literally pennies that aren't worth much. You know, you get a PlayStation. You can probably get that PlayStation 2 Sega collection for. I could probably find it for $1 at a yard sale.
Plus, like you said, I mean, it is $45. I understand. Some people are think that's a little too expensive. But realistically,
I will say real quick though that at least it's not 60.
Yeah, but I've said this before. The people that want it are gonna buy it, right? If you think $45 is too much, you probably didn't want these games to begin with. You probably didn't buy them individually. The people that complain, like, they're taking those games off of the eShop. Like,
where are people complaining? Like on Twitter?
I've seen people on Twitter. I've seen people make YouTube videos or, in different panels talking about games. Yeah, but like I said, it's like, again, if you wanted them, right, you already bought them. The people that always complain about these kind of things aren't going to buy them. They didn't buy them. They had no plans of buying them.
No.
They're just like, why are they taking them down? They should be available.
I'm going to rage for clicks.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree with Dynasty Warriors. The Sega Genesis collection is bullshit, though. The lag is too much. Sonic's almost unplayable. Streets of Rage.
Oh, is it? That stinks.
Yeah, it has really shitty emulation.
Who did that emulation? Because M2 has done some great work. And like I said, the emulation done on the 3DS versions were so good.
I'm not sure who did these, but they're shitty.
Just a quick cash grab. Is that a train going by, Tony?
Yes, it is. I was wondering if you guys could hear that giant loud train that's shaking my whole house.
I can hear the tracks, or like the wheels on the tracks going.
Well, that little like noise right there, that's the
Love you, buddy. Good night.
moving.
I agree with King of All Buttocks when he says Sonic will always be second file to Mario.
Probably
Always.
Fiddle. He probably meant Fiddle. Yeah, Fiddle.
Oh, Fiddle. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I liked Mario just a tad more than I did Sonic. I mean, I think in terms of like characters, like design wise, I think they're both fantastic.
Yeah.
Sonic's an absolutely. He might even edge out Mario as a better design, better looking character. Mario's pretty plain. I mean, if you go back to the olden days when Mario really didn't look as good as he does today, and definitely gameplay wise, right? If we're comparing like Mario 3, the sprite to a Sonic, there's no comparison. I think Sonic looks better, but definitely
the Super Nintendo Mario World Mario, I think, was a big leap ahead. Like, I think they're fairly comparable, especially like the Mario with the cape. He looks pretty cool flying.
But overall, I would agree. I think the gameplays from at least Mario was better than Sonic. Sonic was hard. There are a lot of design choices in Sonic that really are questionable, and maybe that goes back to like what we talked about not that long ago with him kind of making it better. So it has a lot to do with it, and my love for Sonic. At least it was a difficult game when I was a kid. Sonic 2 was something I didn't beat until like 2010. So
I've never beaten a Sonic game. I can't.
I cheated. I used the cheat codes on Sonic 1.
Oh, that doesn't count.
I've only beaten 2, and I got super lucky. I had scored so many like free guys at the beginning of the game. Because when you get to like certain areas, you just really have to get lucky and take your time with the level. So the level will kill you quick if you're trying to if you try to take Sonic at
run
its value,
through it like in his Sonic speed.
You can't because you're gonna hit
it's a trap, dude. It's a trap.
But it all comes down to the end when you fight like Mega Sonic or Metal Sonic or whatever the hell the big machine thing is or whatever. Or you really have to have a lot of guys, because if you haven't played it in a long time and you're like, okay, well, what's the pattern here? I got so close, I got to the very last guy and I beat the game, and I was like, holy shit, I beat a Sonic game. And Sonic's it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I just never put as much effort into playing Sonic games. Like, I didn't really I had a Genesis when I was older, but I just grew up playing Mario games. That those games are just like, I can fly through those games easily.
Unlike these two, I have live, so I didn't put in the hours to master these type of games. I can't play a Mario game like Days. He's like no death run. I was like, I hear that shit, and I'm always like, wow, that sounds like a lot of work for a game. I just want to beat it. I don't necessarily need to like make a fucking perfect run at it, but whatever.
Yeah, you're sadistic. Mario 3's fucking hard. I seen you playing that the other night. That
is a tough game. Yeah, it is tough. But it's not it.
Sonic always sucked. And I'm going to agree with Carl and what Days just said. The whole gimmick is that he runs fast. He runs fast, go through, and then you try to do that.
And you can't, right. Yeah, you can't. That was a big problem with me when I was a kid.
Is it Sonic 1? There's one of the Sonics where you could actually go so fast that you hit the edge of the screen and then die because you've gone past the screen.
I don't... Doesn't it, when it gets to the center of the screen, though, that it scrolls with them?
I've never had it die. I've never had it die like that.
Can you get to the edge of the screen? I don't know exactly what he's talking about. Maybe somebody else knows.
I think it might be Sonic 2.
But I agree, yes. As a kid, that was the premise of Sonic, go fast. So when you pick up the game and play it for the first time, the second time, or, back in the day, it was like, well, I can't go fucking fast. Why? Like, I can't go fast because as soon as I do, I hit spikes. That's what's aggravating about the game. You're trying to go fast, and they let you do it for sections, but then you're like, Oh, I hit spikes. Ooh, I fell into a pit. Oh, I'm now in water. Like it's
Oh,
annoying.
And the point that he just made is, yes, the top row is the easier row, but I always end up fucking falling down to like the bottom where it's like this shit zone.
Yeah.
I need to put more effort into it.
But here's the thing, Dynasty Warrior says.
Shouldn't
Yeah, go ahead.
be easy hard path.
No, go to the next one. He said though. He said, learn the level so you can go fast. I think in game design, it's not fair to expect like the play. Like there's a reason why some games are considered cheap and some games are considered fair. You shouldn't have to go through it like an incredible amount of times to learn the level. Like the average regular casual player should be able to do what's advertised, and in Sonic it's go fast and not be punished without
blast processing.
Ninja Kitty.
Well, I guess it gives you some replayability, but who's here?
Agree or disagree, Mr. Ninja Kitty?
I have a question for Gary. Isn't Sonic the mascot for Sega and like the most famous game for the Genesis?
I'd say so, yeah.
When it came out, and you're saying that Mario was vastly superior.
Wasn't Alex Kidd the first mascot?
I think you're stretching it when you said vastly superior.
Vastly is they're both games that I could kind of do without. Like if I'm gonna pick games to play, those are usually not the games I go for. Although I do like Sonic 2. Like I like the addition of Tails is cool.
I also like how Gary compared Mario 3, which is an 8-bit game, with a Sega Genesis game, because
I called
Sega Genesis was such
that Super Nintendo one.
It's so inferior that you have to put a Sega Genesis compared to a Nintendo, because Super Nintendo is so much better.
Let's be fair.
Oh God.
His upgrade from 3 to Super Nintendo is not an overhaul. It's close. It's not an overhaul.
It's more eye-pleasing.
Even if we but even if we compare the Super Nintendo
gameplay-wise,
I still think Sonic as a sprite and what he looks like is more appealing than what Mario looks like in Super Mario World. I'll be fair. We'll go. I'll even go up to Super Mario World. I still think it's a better sprite. I think it looks better. I think he's sweet. I think original Sonic looks amazing as a sprite. I don't know that
Mario with that Mario with that yellow cape flying through the air gets me horny.
I'm gonna say it. Old Mario was overrated back in the day.
Boo!
Are you talking about like the original one, like the one where you're jumping on the
Mario Bros.
First, yes, I think Mario in general was overrated, but I will agree 3 was amazing. 3 was awesome. I mean, what they did to go from 1 to 3, people will say, guys like Pat will say that Mario was amazing. I technically don't think that. I think Mario was a drag of a game. The original Mario is one of my least liked.
I love that game, dude. That's like one of my go-tos.
Gary, did you not play Mario 35 when it came out last year, 2 years ago?
What do you mean?
What do you call it? The
3-pack?
The multiplayer one. No, the multiplayer game where Last Man Standing, where you could compete against other people.
I did not know. No, where they had it on for like a limited time.
I played 100 hours of that game because it was so good. And the physics, because they changed it to the current Mario physics, not the original one. When you use the current physics on the original Mario game, it still holds up great. Like the levels are awesome.
Well, he used to slide more in the original, right? Then he had a little bit of
when you bounce off the enemy's head, you felt like a brick. Like you'd always fall down.
Yeah, you didn't get that like extra boost.
It didn't. So it didn't have the inertia.
So when they did for Mario 35, they have what the current games are like, and I played like 100 hours of that game, and those levels still hold up, even though it's so damn old.
I mean, I
really missed out. I didn't play it.
I have more love for Mario now than I did when I was younger. When I was younger, I just was like, no, we're not fucking playing like the original Mario. I loved Mario 2. Mario 2 was another fantastic game, but it wasn't
even a Mario game.
Well, right, it's not a Mario game. That's why I said 3. That's why I left.
Doki Panic.
That's why I left 2 out, because 3 is really the
Yeah, but we
is
didn't
the true
know. We
sequel
didn't
to
know
us.
growing up. I thought 2 was amazing. We had no idea that it wasn't a real Mario game. To me, it will always be a Mario game.
But no, I think Mario's it's not my favorite series. Mario's obviously a great character. He's just been around forever. There's no talking about video gaming, and Mario can't be included into that conversation. But
Getting back to Sonic.
yeah, if I get back to Sonic,
Getting back to Sonic,
is
I just want to say when because I never played much Genesis back in my youth, and I had the opinion that when you played Sonic, that you did move fast, kind of like Unit Racers on Super Nintendo. Have you ever played that game?
Yes, I know what you're talking about with the unicycle.
Yeah, I played
where
it
you're constantly
ago.
moving. That's what I thought Sonic was like. You're constantly moving, and it's basically you have to time your jumps. But when I did rent a Genesis and played it, I was like, "Holy shit, this game sucks." Like what you guys said, you always have to stop. Like,
yeah,
it felt like I didn't go fast much. It's like, oh, you go fast for a couple seconds through like the loopity loop, and then
and even that, the biggest issue with Sonic is it. Even when you are on a good like run and you're cruising through the game, I think there's certain parts where you want to go faster, right? You want to move him. You want to be able to do like a turbo shot, and that's like I've always said. Sonic games got better when I don't know if anybody's played Sonic Rush, where you can give him those boosts and you can kind of do like trick jumps. I think they kind of nailed it there. That's what the feel of Sonic should have always been. Because yeah, it just feels like you don't get to go as fast as you want, and then there's always something every 2 seconds stopping you from going fast. Now obviously that's part of limitations, but it's still a drag. It's annoying.
the game needed less spikes. That's all I know.
Yes, yeah,
Less spikes and more
less pitfalls too,
and no water levels either. Those are awful.
They're awful. They're awful because they're slow. Nobody wants to use Sonic and move at the speed of molasses. That's
I hate those
problem.
levels and having to drink those stupid air bubbles. Like
the Mario, even the original Mario 3 World, those water levels.
Oh, those are not bad at all. Yeah, those are
real quick, because Dave and Gary both didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, and they made it sound like I was an idiot when I said too fast.
What'd we do?
No, I said I'm not sure what you guys are talking about.
Oh, you're so full of shit, Tony.
So on the first act, there's a series of 2 speed tunnels with a lamppost in the middle. Occasionally, if Sonic is moving too fast, the screen won't scroll down fast enough. When Sonic touches the bottom of the screen, he will die as if in a pit. The game literally cannot scroll fast enough to keep up with Sonic at certain sections of the game. And you'll fucking die.
You said that's in the first Sonic?
Yeah.
This is fixed in the second Sonic, right?
Probably.
Because it's probably something I have come across, but it's something that you don't really think of too much. You think it's more your fault, not the game's fault.
I've never played more stupid things like that.
Well, I played more Sonic 2, so maybe that's a thing that's not as common in 2, but
it's all right, Gary. Just let this be a lesson. Don't ever doubt me when I say things, because I know the fuck I'm talking about. Never wrong. That's what this cult is maintained on. Me never being wrong.
Gary, take another sip of the Kool-Aid.
You were wrong, though. Weren't you wrong with the cat game?
The
Cat Ninja game or whatever it's called?
How was I wrong? That someone literally slapped the fucking logo onto something that it didn't belong on. That wasn't my fault.
Hold on. Wasn't he wrong about the Tom Cruise thing too?
No. It's not been proven yet. All right. But how do you feel about the Sonic games getting taken down? That is the topic. Ninja Kitty.
It's not a big deal since they already said you can play it so many different ways. I don't think it's a big deal. Isn't it on the Nintendo Online platform also? If you have the Family Plus,
the Sega thing, yeah, I think it is. I mean, it's It's a staple game. It should be there.
Not a big deal. Plus, you can emulate it if you
with
really
that,
wanted.
We will end this segment. Not a big deal. Ninja Kitty has said it.